morning. This is the story of a village boy traveling to an unknown territory to know the unknown plants of that region. It also points to you the need for taking decisions, quick decisions. In 1978 early part, I have moved to Shillong in Northeastern Hill University. I did my PhD, and when I reached there, everything I faced is different. It's not familiar to me. The climate is different, the people are different, the forest different, the plants different, the food different, everything different what I was not, and it's not familiar to me. It was a struggle, but then I completed my PhD, and during this time, I saw some very unique plants. You can see the picture plant, you are all familiar with that. That's the insectivorous plants. That's only found in Meghalaya. In India, this is the only species. And I also have a unique plant which is non-green. And it's not a fungus, and that is Monotropa uniflora. There are so many other different species that we found there, and we are living with that. Now, finishing my PhD, I moved to Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh is the largest state in northeast India. It has wide range of altitude from near sea level to the peaks always covered by snow, the snow-clad peaks. Each of this altitude has a different vegetation. It has peculiar plants associated with that. There is characteristic of that vegetation type and of that altitude. And these plants of alpine plant will not grow in tropical. So that's the area. And being there, my task was to establish a botany division or a herbarium in the State Forest Research Institute. I did go there, and what was required is large amount of travel. I need to travel extensively, and during that time, there is not many motorable roads, and the only option is to truck through tracks, foot tracks, connecting one village to another. Extensive trekking routes are there. And when I go and ask somebody what is the distance between X to Y, what they will say, if we ask somebody here, we will say it's 10 kilometer, 15 kilometer, etc. There they don't tell like that. They will say, oh, it's about 3 days, it's about 10 days in days time. They are not familiar with that. So that was the area where I was working. Now I will take you all to exploration, my first exploration to a very remote area in Arunachal Pradesh, in Lohit. I moved from my headquarter to covering mighty river Brahmaputra. You see how the Brahmaputra you are crossing, and through ferry over the vehicle over that, and when we reach, with very difficulty, I reached a place called Hailyong, which is an EAC headquarter, Extra Assistant Commissioner. EAC is our taluk office only. I went and asked for some porters, ALC they call. The porters were allotted, 4 porters gave me, and next day they will take our luggage as well as cook for us. Next day we started our trekking. It's about 14 days travel from there. I have to go to a place called Walong. So we were traveling, and that time, the beginning itself, after 3 hours, a tragedy occurred to me. That's a shock of my life. I saw one of the porters were hit by a splint of bamboo in his eye, bleeding. What is the option? One option is to abandon the trip, return. The next option is to move forward. If you move forward, you have to carry your luggage, and there is no porter, only 2 porters, 4 out of the 4, the injured person going back along with others. So I decided to go forward, and while going, I had to carry my plan. You can ask why you can also carry your luggage. It's not that I have to also collect plants. I moved for about 7 days like that. On the seventh day, I found a place called Sati. In that place, beautiful flower in a peak, in a forest area in the ground. And that flower, my botanical knowledge suggested me that this is Rafflesia. You know, Rafflesia is the biggest flower in the world. I am very elated, very happy that I am proud of this observation and I will be famous because I am first reporting this plant. So I thought I will do that, and I took photographs, I took sample for my further study and moved. But before moving, let me tell you that this one. Let me tell you, that's not the Rafflesia, it's a Sapria. In fact, the biggest flower here is Sapria himalayana. It is also associated the same family of Rafflesiaceae. And we found that, and the tragedy is that next year again I went that place, and that patch of forest where it was growing, that has been removed, and in place of that, a road construction company or camp is staying over that. As a result, we lost one of the known localities where it is happening, and we lost it forever from there. I moved further about 14 days. In 14 days, we reached a place called Walong. You will all be knowing Walong. Closer to that is the Dong village, where in India, sun rises first time there. And that place is there. And during the Indo-Chinese War, 1962, many people lost their life in Walong. And that place has a war memorial. So we went, paid homage to the departed army soldiers, and we moved further to Kibitu. In Kibitu, on the way, it's a plateau with beautiful pine forest. Kibitu is the last administered circle office of Government of India, and we went and we had a special permission to go to my destination, that is, that's the hot spring. I took permission, moved further, and you can see here that village is the Kibitu village. And you can see Indian flag fluttering. That's the time when you feel so proud to see your country's flag fluttering there. It's next to China. From the other side, you can see China. I took permission and moved to a village, last village, that is called Kaho. Kaho Basti, from there is a lot of army men there, and army checked our credentials. After the army checking, we were allowed to go beyond the gate. That's the no man's land where we are traveling. No man's land, not Chinese people administer, not Indian. So we are traveling about 3 hours or so in the 3 days, and reaching there, we saw gigantic trees of conifers, gigantic. That is the fir, spruce, hemlock, larch. All these names we will not be knowing in Kerala sitting there. It's very high altitude forest, conifers. And the road, when you travel, no, it is like walking over a cushion mattress, like that it goes. And there is beautiful moss and plants like that. We traversed that forest. And after some time, very interestingly, we reached a bamboo plot, bamboo track. And when we saw the bamboo, we saw a very interesting animal, very curious. You might all be familiar with that animal. You would have seen in WWF, that is World Wide Fund for Nature. Their logo has that animal. Yes, it's the giant panda. So nice to look at, fluffy and cozy to hold, you will feel like hugging it. So it was foraging over tea, bamboo shoot, and eating that. It's not bothering about me or my people, it's keeping on eating. We went further, and the last destination, that is the hot spring. It's reaching a paradise. Like, it's a small plain area, there is a hut, and all covered by snow. There are few CRP men staying, we also stayed there. And what is the interesting thing is that when we come out, all the snow, there is steam coming, continuously steam coming out. We went and saw that is the hot water spring, and the pool has very warm water. Actually, nature's gift to the people who are staying there. It's a geyser lake. So that's, and we enjoyed being there. And next one day, I made plant collection and all that. In my plant collection, Interestingly, there are some medicinal plants, very interesting and important medicinal plants. One of them is called Mishmi Tita, botanically it is Coptis Tita, and the Mishmi tribe, which is in the Lohit district, that place, they use it as a panacea for any disease, like diarrhea to malaria they use. Then you would have been familiar with the ginseng plant, Chinese ginseng and all that, which is a herb promoting good health as well as for energy, vigor, vitality, things like that. There is also in our collection one plant that is chelidonium. If you go to any homeopathic medicine doctor, they will say chelidonium is for your liver and digestive health care. We had that collection and returned with a lot of collections. We studied and we found there are two interesting non-reported new species of orchids from that area. That gave us a lot of happiness to us, and my botany knowledge has helped to add to the bioresource of that place. When I studied, nobody would have thought a subject like botany. I am sure some of you may not prefer to go for botany, but that has given me lot of happiness and satisfaction for favorably contributing to that. You will ask what is the requirement of having a species new found. That new species found in one place, it's not having there only, its ripples are felt across the globe. Everywhere in the botanical field, it reaches there. And then a species identified properly will also indicate to you the agroclimatic conditions, the climatic factors of that place where it is growing, the biocultural heritage of the plant. It also gives you potential, resource potential. You can use it later for something, that of that plant. And again, it also indicates the conservation requirement of these things. That's a great thing that you achieve by understanding the plants around you. And it was a great satisfaction. And perhaps you also will get a chance to study around your plant, and that will contribute to your understanding favorably to the environment, making a difference, to make it more green, to make it sustainable. Your contribution will happen. That is only possible when you know the plant, what is there. Now, based on my experience there, I came back and I devised a program, a particular subject. We made a course that is the field botany. And in the field botany, it's a common man can study. If minimum thing, they should study up to class 8, and we will impart, it's not a formal course, we will impart botanical identification, how to identify a plant, how to propagate the plant, how to cultivate a plant, how to sustainably use. That's it. And but we don't offer, we don't say that it will fetch you a job. But then in 6 states we conducted this, and all the 6 states, most of them are engaged in biodiversity management committees. You know, in India, there are over 3 lakh biodiversity management committees. There is not many experts for that. So you get absorbed into that, you get engaged in that, you get ecotourism, you will be part of NGO, or you can have your own enterprise. That was the beauty of studying that. That gives a lot of satisfaction. And if you come to this place, Ahalya, where you are sitting, when you go out, I get immense happiness, see the greenery. That greenery is the result of our understanding the plants around that, contributing to the biodiversity, how it can be. That's why I'm telling, it's not the subject that takes you, it's not the botany or the subject, but it's your determination. It's following your passion. It's your passion to know more about that passion. It's your hard work, it's your determination that pays. And once you have all that, definitely you can excel in any subject. It need not be that this subject need not be ridiculed, and you can excel in that. With that, I will request you to all look around and see around your place so that you know what exactly is the resource around. And you try to codify it, you try to chronicle that identification, and that will help you to contribute to make an impact on the biodiversity around you. That is what required from your end, and that will also not for you, for your next generation, for the generations to come, you are making a space, a greener space, a better world to live in. And that will be much more satisfying. And with that, I request you all to join hands and be part of the greening movement to conserving. That will help not only your health or your livelihood, but it will also get a better place for all those who are involved, not you alone, for the animals there. So plants, again, many plants are supported by other plants. So everything will get a better place by just making a change, by just knowing that this particular plant around you and thereby contributing. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much.